All right, hey, so it's yeah. All right, so hey, it's Kenneth from BeHave Tarot again, and today we have a special guest, Zoe. So part of this reading will be translated into Chinese. So yeah,
Yeah.
please take these cards in your hands and shuffle them, and whatever doesn't make sense, you can ask my tech crew to translate. My very talented tech crew. Okay.
Okay.
As you were shuffling, what were you thinking about?
Nothing.
Okay, do you have a question in mind? Something you want to know more about?
What's my life in Canada in the future?
Okay, so you can shuffle again when you think about this, or you can just cut the deck and think about it. You choose, and then we start from there. Okay, and then after that, choose a number between 3 to 11. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Any number. 7? Okay. So 7, we'll do it like this then. Okay, this is called a horseshoe spread. Horseshoe, like, you know, a horse?
Yeah.
They have a thing on the bottom. It's in this shape usually. Okay, so this side represents like more towards your past. This represents more towards your present, your ambitions, and this is more towards your future. So your question involves your future in Canada. So here at the beginning you have the old wise men. So in traditional tarot, this is represented by the emperor, which is the earthly father. This could represent you, or it could represent your situation, or it could represent someone who has an influence in your life. That's represented by the emperor. So earthly father means that someone who's very practical, someone who gives good advice and is able to guide you to make the right choices. And then to start off with, like where you are, there is already happily ever after. So this is kind of like represented originally by the world in original tarot. So you've already accomplished something that you really wanted to do. Was immigration like one of the things that you really wanted
Yes.
in your life? Yeah? So you've already achieved that. So it's kind of funny to see like the ending so early at the start. But we'll keep going and see what's happening. So now you find yourself in a situation whereby, because you reached the ending already so soon, the happily ever after, now you're kind of like finding something new for yourself. You're trying to discover what you should do next or where you should go. So it's seen by the Four of Wands, whereby you are a little boy who's climbing up this beanstalk. Do you know the story of the beanstalk?
Maybe.
Okay, so the story involves a very poor young boy, and his mother was very sick, and he traded away their cow. Instead to get money, he traded away the cow for 3 beans. And when he planted the beans, this thing grew into the heaven.
Wow.
And then he climbed up to the heaven into the clouds, and then he like discovered a giant and blah blah blah, and he stole like a goose that was laying golden eggs. So what is just to say is that it involves, you know, adventure, it involves action, and really trying to like find out really what you want to do next. This position will represent your main goal, like what you were thinking about when you were asking this question, and kind of like what you really want. And it's the Ace of Wands, so it shows about the gift of like new opportunities. Does that make sense? So maybe there are certain things when you were in China that you wanted to do but you couldn't. But by being here in Canada, you can now have the chance to do what you want to do. It doesn't say what it is, but it does mention that this is one of your main motivations for this tarot reading, as well as what you want to sort of like find out along the way because of this one as well. The Four of Wands. So in this position, the next one is the Six of Pentacles. Well, here I'll bring you in. Tell me what you see in this picture and what do you feel about it.
The 6 people take something of him away.
So they're stealing something, or?
Maybe. And
All right.
she or he can't do anything.
Wow. Okay. That's an interesting way to describe it. Never thought of it that way. So you feel like this is they're working in the night, like secretly stealing something away, and are you one of these people, or are you the one that's being
None of them.
none of them? So they're kind of like outside this picture, right? Okay. So I'm gonna move on to the next card because we don't exactly know what this stands yet because there's not enough information. So we'll look at this one to see if it brings in more of a picture. So here you have the Three of Cups, which means that in the relatively near future, you would be having a celebration of some sort. So this could be, the party that you're throwing next week. It could be represented by that. So Three of Cups is generally talking about celebrations. As for this position, the Six of Pentacles, we don't have much information on it, but we can figure out this one later. So the last one you have is the Three of Wands. So your reading has a lot of wands actually. You have a 1, 2, and 3. So 3 wands. So that means you're more inclined towards fire or Heya. So what this means is that fire represents that most of your ambitions involve doing things as opposed to like thinking or feeling or even necessarily like waiting, so to speak. So you're an action-oriented type person. And in this picture, you see there's this guy juggling 3 wands. So it could represent that you're going to, or you're aiming to like either acquire a new skill set or find a new hobby to learn something new to add to what you're able to do. So for this card, there's a bit of confusion. So what I will do is I'll let you choose another card. And this card you choose will sort of give more information about this card. Justice. Okay. So since you brought up justice and you said that it seems like they were taking something away. So the first question I'll ask is, are you involved in any crime or are you planning to rob a bank?
Of course not.
It's a joke. So it may have something to do with maybe like your immigration status. If you don't mind me asking, would it be related to that? Like, are you guys fully immigrated to Canada or are you still going through a process?
They're not even going through a process yet.
No?
They have to firstly be a student, then
Okay.
apply for it.
Okay,
It's a
so
long way.
okay, it's a long way. So that could explain how like there's a lot of like running away, and this could be like the government watching you. Justice, That's probably what it could represent. That'll be the interpretation I will go with.
Really, honey? It doesn't seem like your style.
Yes, it is totally that.
What else?
So at this stage, normally what happens is you will look at all these cards and you'll choose one that you feel is like reaching out to you the most.
Reaching out.
Yeah. But if there's none, then that means that the reading is over. And that's fine too. Yeah, because this card is the one that represents your question, right? Your question is you want to know about your life in Canada. And this is kind of like the beginning of your life. So having come to Canada is your so-called like a happily ever after, or like recently that's the biggest step you made, right? Is coming to Canada. Is at this step. So now you're pretty much here, right? Because remember I said this side represent your past and like now. So this is more like now. This is more like the future. So that's why, like I said, the party happens next week. Is in the future. And then this part is the now. So as you mentioned, there's, I don't know what you mean, like the student visa thing or whatever involves you running around past justice. And then, but putting these aside, you have 2 wands here. Remember, I told you. And these wands are representing fire. So you're looking for that something new to do, or you have something in mind already. This is the card of skill. So you practice something until you get very good at it. And then it also involves a type of like entertainment. So both the 3 of Cups and 3 of Wands both represents a celebration of sorts. So it could possibly means that you have something to perform in the next party. So next week when you throw your party, you'll have a performance. Yeah, because see this card, the person is performing.
Oh.
Yep. All right, so wrapping up.
What's
See you guys next week. Yep. Or some whenever. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Still recording?
No. Okay. So do you have any specific thing you want to know about your future?
How about my French?
Your French? What do you mean your French?
In
French.
the language.
Language.
The French language.
Just French?
Tarot can't help you with French language. If Tarot can help you with French, I'll be speaking French now.
Oh, yeah!
Bloopers, not in the original.
Oh,